Okay, let's just jump right in. We all know the freelance world is absolutely exploding, but here's the secret. The key to really thriving isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 5 super specific, high-paying niches you can get into right now, before they get completely flooded. And when I say exploding, I mean it. By 2029, the freelance market is projected to be worth almost $17 billion. That's not just a number, you guys. That is a massive wave of opportunity. The money is there, the demand is there. You just have to know exactly where to plant your flag. But this brings us to the big but, the core problem, really. Even with all that opportunity, most freelancers are basically in a food fight, just scrapping for the same old jobs in the same old places. They're all crammed together, which just drives prices through the floor and makes it nearly impossible to stand out. And this is the choice every freelancer has to make, whether they realize it or not. You've got the crowded side, right? Basic web design, general writing, where you're lucky to get $25 an hour. And then you've got the specialized niches we're about to unpack. And look, the difference isn't just a few bucks. It's a totally different league. We're talking rates that start at $150 an hour and go up from there. And hey, this isn't just a hunch. The data is already showing that freelancers who have specialized AI skills are earning a 56% wage premium over everyone else. That's hard proof, right there, that getting specialized is the absolute key to unlocking a seriously higher income. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Our first 2 niches are all about riding the biggest tech wave of our lifetime, artificial intelligence. We're talking about automating boring tasks and engineering way better results using AI. First up, AI automation consulting. Businesses are literally drowning in repetitive tasks, and trust me, they will pay top dollar for someone to make that pain go away. We're talking $75 to $150 an hour just to build AI workflows with simple no-code tools. And the best part? Your foot in the door is mastering super user-friendly platforms like Zapier and Make.com. So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, you're not just a consultant, you're more like a superhero for businesses. You'll be setting up systems to handle customer service tickets automatically, process stacks of documents in seconds, use AI to run social media accounts, or build smart chatbots. Every single one of these things is a massive headache you are solving, turning their tangled, manual messes into slick, automated machines. Now, our second niche takes this to the next level, AI prompt engineering. Look, if AI is the engine, prompts are the driver. Companies are finally figuring out that the quality of what they get out of an AI is 100% dependent on the instructions they put in. And that's where you come in, commanding insane rates, like $100 to $300 an hour. But let's bust a huge myth right now. I know you're thinking, oh, that's for coders. No, it's not. This is so crucial. This is about language, logic, and creative problem solving. Seriously, if you can write a clear email explaining how to do something, you already have the base level skills to be a great prompt engineer. Okay, let's shift gears. We're moving from pure tech to something that hits the company's wallet directly. These next 2 niches are for anyone who loves seeing their work create a real impact on growth and revenue. It's all about optimizing what's there and aligning the teams. So niche number 3 is conversion rate optimization, or CRO. Think about it. Companies spend a fortune on ads just to get people to their website. A CRO specialist is the person who makes sure those visitors actually do something, like buy the product. You're not finding new traffic, you're just making their existing traffic way more valuable. And for that, companies will happily pay anywhere from $75 to over $200 an hour. I mean, just look at the stat. For every 100 people that land on a website, 97 of them just leave. That's a huge, expensive, leaky bucket. As a CRO specialist, you're the one who comes in and patches the holes. It's one of the easiest services to sell because the return on their investment is just so clear and immediate. Okay, next up is one of the newest, hottest, and most in-demand fields out there, revenue operations, or RevOps. You see, in most companies, the marketing, sales, and customer service teams are like ships passing in the night. A RevOps consultant is the one who fixes that, creating this one smooth, seamless journey for the customer. So what is RevOps really? To put it simply, you're aligning all the teams that make money. You're making sure that from the very first ad a customer sees to the support ticket they file years later, the experience is totally connected, efficient, and profitable. You basically become the central nervous system for a company's entire growth engine. All right, for our final niche, we are looking at a medium that is just on fire right now. I'm talking about audio. Podcasts, audiobooks, AI assistants on our phones. The demand for high-quality voice content is absolutely through the roof. And this leads us to our fifth niche, voice AI and audio production. With incredible new tools like 11 Labs, you can now create professional, human-sounding voiceovers, podcasts, and even entire audiobooks in a tiny fraction of the time and cost it used to take. You can literally produce 10 times the content, which just opens up a world of opportunity. The timing on this is everything. The tech has finally hit that tipping point. These AI voices are so good now, they're almost impossible to tell apart from a real person. The freelancers who get in and master these tools now, before everybody else jumps on board, are the ones who are going to completely own this market for years to come. So we've just covered 5 very different fields. But what's the common thread here? What's the secret sauce? Why are these specific opportunities so powerful, especially right now? Let's zoom out and look at the meta strategy. You see, every single one of these niches ticks all the boxes. They solve really expensive problems for businesses. They're specialized, sure, but they're totally learnable. They use AI as a leverage tool, something that makes you better, not something that replaces you. And here's the kicker. Demand is growing way, way faster than supply. And that, my friends, is exactly why they can command such premium rates. Okay, so knowing about these niches is one thing, but actually getting your foot in the door, that's the real challenge. So let's get super practical. Here's a realistic step-by-step game plan to get you started. This is a real path to getting to that $150 an hour mark. It's just 3 phases. Phase 1, your first month. Just focus. Pick one niche and obsess over its core tools. Phase 2, the next 2 or 3 months. It's all about building a portfolio and getting those first testimonials, even if it means you have to start with the discount. And finally, phase 3 is scale. For month 4 on, you start raising your rates, you niche down even further, and you build systems. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but it's a marathon with a huge payoff. And if you need any more convincing that this is the right path, just chew on this for a second. Nearly 80% of CEOs now believe their best freelancers bring more value to the table than their full-time, degree-holding employees. Companies are actively hunting for specialized experts who get results, not just people with a fancy resume. Let's end on a note of urgency, because it's real. The secret's getting out about fields like RevOps and AI automation. Demand is exploding, and while there's a huge gap between that demand and the supply of experts today, that window is not going to stay open forever. The time to stake your claim and position yourself as an expert is right now. Look, the opportunities are there, the path is clear, and the data backs it all up. By this time next year, you could be the one charging premium rates while everyone else is still stuck fighting over those $25 an hour gigs. So the only question left is, what are you going to do about it?